Reality, a mirage in the desert of existence, dances just beyond our grasp. Never what it seems, always shrouded in shadow. In the heart of our homes, where families gather, the threads of connection weave intricate patterns of love and strife. Beneath the surface of everyday life, hidden currents twist and turn, testing the strength of our wills. What appears as unity may conceal cracks, the fault lines of our unspoken truths and lingering doubts. The trials we face together are not always of the flesh, but of the spirit. Our wills are forged and tested in the crucible of these hidden challenges. The bonds that hold us may seem unbreakable, yet they are delicate as gossamer threads, easily frayed by the weight of unspoken fears and unfulfilled promises. Here, in the space between what is seen and what is felt, we find the true test of will and the essence of our shared existence. Assignment number 1337, What Lies in the Shadow. Make sure that you guys are strapped in for a wonderful ride as we go through the asylum together. So, we're gonna go ahead
and steal that hat.
You wish you can steal this hat. So, here is what you guys missed in our last session. As you navigated through the streets of the asylum, an eerie fog was seen in the front. A smell of gas was not present, but as you entered the asylum, eyes were ever present on your entrance from across the street. A silhouette of a person can be seen, and then disappeared into the distance. For those who are watching and listening, we are going to replay a message from a couple episodes ago.
Good evening. You're now listening to New Fair Radio. First, up is the weather forecast for this evening. The haze continues to blanket our cobblestone streets with a light drizzle. The fog advisory is in effect from midnight. Those venturing out are advised to carry lanterns and heed the lamplighters. In other news, a reminder that tomorrow is a significant day for our community at the polls. Citizens are encouraged to cast their vote on the proposed expansion of the city's postal system. This helps postal servants an increase of pay. This ambitious project promises to expedite our correspondence and enhances our thriving metropolis, connecting us ever closer in these modern times. In literary news, a delightful announcement from the Antiquarium, our esteemed local bookstore nestled on the corner of Mercurial Avenue and Lantern Street. This week only, they herald a special sale on veritable trove of volumes, from the fantastical tales of otherworldly adventures to the thick, dusty tomes of arcane lore. A perfect opportunity for the discerning reader to expand one's personal library. Lastly, a critical update concerning the unfortunate incident at the asylum last night. The fire sparked by a most regrettable gas leak has now been fully contained by the valiant efforts of our city's fire brigade. We extend our deepest gratitude to these brave souls for their swift action. Rest assured, the facility is secure and all residents are accounted for, with no serious injuries reported. That concludes our evening broadcast. Do stay tuned for further updates and enjoy a tranquil night. This is your host, Archibald Forsyth, bidding you good night.
All right. Can you guys hear me? We're making sure that everybody can hear me. Yes. Checking. 3, 2, 1. Yes. All right. Perfect. So, as we recapped, you guys remember that a radio announcement was made a couple hours earlier. And with that, I leave you some clues. But we're going to fast forward this a little bit. And we're going to go back to where we were with the group. At the end of last episode, we entered the asylum. And it looked like, Oliver, you were surrounded. And your gun was raised in the air. And you took a shot. And started to run for it. Not that type of shot. The one thing that you all did not do before was make a sense roll. So, investigators, every single one of you, we're going to do the first roll as a group tonight. We're going to make a sense roll. So, let me know what you all roll.
Big ol' 1.
The big ol' 1. Mason is a 1. And we have Alice, who is going to burn a drive.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
A 6.
Oh, boo. I burned 2. I rolled 3, and one of them is a drive. But I'm not gonna take the gilded die.
Okay.
Because I got a 6. Yeah.
Perfect. So you also got a 6 successfully. Oliver, what was your
5?
A 5?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And Nate the Red. Alice retracts their statement, and they have a 3. So, as we continue to wait for the rolls, for those who have passed, you have a tingling sensation in your body. You felt this tingling sensation before. You felt it before a while back. Nate got a 2. Every single one of you, with the exception of Mason, take a bleed.
I'm taking a bleed, or I'm not?
You are
Even
not.
though I got a 6.
Everyone takes a bleed. You're entering the asylum.
Okay. Oh, okay,
Right.
okay. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Okay.
I got my scar.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's go.
We're not going to have you faint in this scene.
Okay.
However, you will still take the scar. Now, what you guys don't understand is that this asylum, when you walk in, feels weird. Something is off. hallways in this asylum are a labyrinth of skewed angles and impossible geometry. Floors tilt at odd inclines, and walls curve and bend in unnatural ways, creating a sense of vertigo. The ceiling at times appeared to be the floor, with light fixtures and chandeliers sprouting upwards. Mirrors line the corridors, reflecting not just the present, but fleeting images of people and events from different times. The lighting flickers sporadically, casting long, distorted shadows that seem to move independently of a visible source. When you are surrounded by the people that are in charge, you notice they disappear as Oliver sprints forward, passing through them. You do notice that the rooms, when you look into them as their doors are open, they're disconcertingly irregular, with floors that might suddenly slope or ripple like waves. Furniture is bolted to the walls or ceiling, and doors might open to reveal a brick wall or even a sheer drop into darkness. Beds hang from the chains like swings swaying gently even when no one is near. Windows offer views of impossible landscapes, alien and foreign skies, rolling seas or grass, or endless voids. Each room is uniquely disturbed, reflecting the inner turmoil of its inhabitants. As you guys stand in the common area, the lounge has a grand piano that plays melodies by itself, and the fireplace that burns with blue and green flames. Chairs and tables are mismatched, some floating slightly off the ground or balancing on a single, impossible thin leg. The walls are adorned with moving paintings that change scenes when not directly observed, and the air is filled with a faint sense of something sweet and decay, adding to this atmosphere. I got you. So, investigators, what do you do?
In this moment, Diantha remembered exactly where they needed to go from the outward perspective, like the outside perspective. So she's going to be trying to like replicate that. So to the rest of the group, she's going to go, we need to make it to the second floor. However we do that, do we see any form of a staircase or a lift or anything like that?
I see stairs everywhere.
Okay. Thanks.
Everywhere. Great.
And just to be clear, I failed my sense roll. Am I also seeing this, or
Yes,
what is going on with
everyone
me?
sees this.
Okay.
Okay, everyone's
The
seeing
sense
this.
was to see if you guys were going to enter anyways, feeling the effects of bleed.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, Alice is saying that she's gonna go open a window and then just to see if there's the sea or one of the prettier landscapes, to see if it's an illusion or a dimension hopping thing as we're walking.
Sure. As you open the window, Alice, you notice that there's a beautiful landscape. There's a breeze that almost feels real. When you open this, splashes of water hit you. Or is it water? She checks her hands, and when she swipes whatever it is that's on her face, she notices it's a crimson color.
Oh no.
I don't remember if... Oh, that's right. I was holding your hand when we were going into here, huh? Okay. So then I would be kind of following as we're walking, and as that happens, what the fuck is going on? I'm not the only one seeing this, right? This is actually happening.
What are Diantha will shift over that direction? Is that what I think it is?
I fucking think so. I'm gonna touch it and then just take a smell. Does it smell like irony? Does it smell like blood?
Smells metally.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So no, that's definitely real.
Closes.
I thought we were heading to asylum, not. Where are we?
I don't know.
We didn't. We just went through the door.
We went through the door, right?
Yes.
Everybody...
This is the asylum in theory. Should we keep the window open or close it?
Alice, in a gist of hurry, panics and closes the window shut. As you start to see ripples of the crimson color onto the window pane.
What the fuck is going on?
Perhaps step away from the window.
You said we need to find stairs, and Oliver will start looking around, trying to find what would make sense to where stairs should be, rather than just where stairs are showing up.
Sure. Let's say you take one of the stairs that looks like a stair. You all watch Oliver walk through what is the staircase. And as he's walking the spiral staircase, you watch him go above you as he is now upside down in your space.
All right. Which staircase is that? Is that like the third or the second or? Diantha is trying to create logic out of this situation.
So I'm going to turn back around and kind of do the hand-to-hand motion thing. So you see the hand hanging up above and the hand hanging out,
sure.
If I can.
You do see that your hand appears above you.
Wait, can I scratch my own head?
You could?
Does that count as the second floor?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try and hold my breath for a minute.
Sure. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna plug my nose, hold my breath, and just see if anything changes. If this is like a gas that's in the air that's making us see these things, or if it's something of that sort of nature, if this is like a natural thing, or if it is indeed some sort of magic-y, wagic-y bullshit.
Okay. As you hold your breath, Mason, a voice comes over what seems to be the announced speaker.
Welcome to this curious place where devotion and terror walks in a twisted embrace. In this hall of mirrors where sanity's guise, we delve into riddles unveiling the lies. Are you sane, my dear? Or just play the part? A question that pricks at the strings of your heart. For sanity's the mask we wear with such grace, but beneath the lies, the truth, a much darker place. Society clings those of the old, the tried and the true, afraid to step forward yet fearful to renew. They dance in the past like moths to a flame, ignoring the present, playing an endless game. My dear friends, holding your breath won't help you. So gather around for a riddle I shall speak. Concerning one amongst us, you must not utter a squeak. In a room full of voices, there is one we must silence, for it may speak. How? Chaos will come to violence. Now ponder this puzzle, let your mind take a peek. Who is the one that simply mustn't speak?
That is what you hear over the announced speakers.
That was horrifying.
Diantha just keeps opening her mouth to talk and then stops.
Right.
Just like over and over again, like a fish. Like
I'm sorry everyone has to hear my horrible voice right now.
no. Feels worth the energy.
Alice, your headache gets worse as you entered into this asylum.
Oh.
It's so bad that your body seems to react in an unusual way. You realize, with a sudden inspiration now, that the riddle that was spoken was about you. Because as you try to speak, your voice is gone. The realization that your voice is gone has terrified you to your soul. However, you remember one thing that others don't know. You and Mason can speak. So, Mason, how is it that you and Alice can speak to one another?
Sure. I imagine that there is some sort of a level of education that Candela does to its, investigators just in general to have some sort of nonverbal way to communicate. So, but also I would probably say that this isn't the first time that this has happened. So there was a period of time where Alice just couldn't talk. And so we had to end up learning Halen Sign Language. That way we could actually communicate. So I had a little bit of knowledge before, and then now a lot more because we had to use it so much. But yeah.
So, Mason, what is Alice saying?
It's a great question. So I think for like the quickest moment, Mason I don't think I say anything as Mason because I'm afraid that it might have been about me. But then I start to see that Alice is freaking out. Okay. She's saying that she can't speak right now, and that the riddle fucked with her head. She's calling for you. Over to Dr. Diantha. Can you please come take a look?
Head? Sure. Yes. And she'll go over
She's
to
saying
Alice.
the headache is back.
Oh.
I'm going to also, now that I know that the headache is back, and I know what that might be, I am going to stay by, and I would like to hide the flower that Alice gave me right back onto her.
Okay. Roll a sneak.
I'm going to use a resistance on that.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay. Tell me how you successfully put the flower back on to Alice without her noticing.
You know, she's already wearing some flowers already. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just your hair here. You hit one of the flowers out, and then just when I'm to the side of her, pull out a flower and then fix it with the other one.
Okay.
And then quickly there.
As this is going on, Nate, the ticking of a clock that is familiar to you grows louder in your head. What is Nate thinking about at this point in time?
Are we referring to the clock that was in my parents' house?
Could be.
Nate is going to look around, and he's looking at the mirrors, and he's looking at the walls, and he's trying to make sense of what's going on. And then he hears the ticking, and he's going to take a couple of deep breaths, and he's going to try to find the source of the ticking.
Okay.
Once he starts taking off,
He's not taking off.
Oh, he's not. Okay, cool.
He's just wandering around. He's not bolting. He's wandering
got it.
now.
Thank you. All right.
Would that be a survey or a focus?
You roll what is better for you. And the speaker comes back on once again.
What binds us tight in the dead of night and the still secrets, my friends, the whispers untold, the shadows that linger, the stories of old. For in chaos we find the seeds of despair, but order can blossom if secrets we share. Unveil, let truth see the light, and watch as the madness gives way to right.
Ooh.
Okay, so I first rolled a 3. I'm rolling survey. I first rolled a 3 and a 5. And then I was like, you know what? I have a lot of drive. I'm going to blow a drive. And I rolled double 6s on survey, which has my gilded dice. So it doesn't matter which one I take. I'm getting my drive back.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, here's what you come to the realization, Nate. You hear the ticking sound in your head. As you follow this ticking sound, there's nothing but dread. You keep walking in circles around and around, and you watch as Nate comes to a stop behind you guys once again. The ticking sound doesn't take you anywhere, as it's all in your head.
But that speaker we heard. Everybody heard
Everybody
that.
hears
Absolutely.
the speaker.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nate, are you all right?
Don't follow your senses. They're not real.
Oh, I figured that much out when I went upside down. But I don't know if it's...
I'm going to tell everyone. something. Because I think that's what we need to do.
Okay, spill the beans.
Back when I was in the war, instead of taking somebody prisoner, I murdered them. And that same person is still here. And then he's going to start looking around. He looks at Alice, who's furious.
That's not.
Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted?
No response.
I think we need to share secrets. I think that's what it was saying. That's the only way that we'll make any headway.
That is quite a large secret. Don't you think it would fit the bill, so to speak?
Alice swings
I don't know.
at Mason and signs that wasn't yours to tell. Well, not all of it, anyways.
I know.
I don't know how to sign, to ask, and I don't.
She's angry that I revealed that. As she's starting to walk off a bit, I'm just going to look to the doctor. She can still hear. Just...
Yes, but it is sort of a breach of privacy on multiple levels if I just speak out loud. But you are the only one who knows how to communicate with her right now. And she didn't seem excited about that.
No.
We're just gonna let her walk off?
Please just go with her.
Diantha will follow Alice.
You do hear something else come over the loudspeaker.
I'll have to shoot the loudspeaker.
Devotion to fear, a most curious bond. But tear down the walls, witness the dawn. For terror holds sway when shadows obscure, yet truth in the open is the ultimate cure. So ponder these words and let them dance in the heart of the labyrinth. What answers you'll find? For in riddles and rhymes are sanity's test to break free from the old and find what is best. So, here is an invitation to all of you. Join me, dear friends, in this mad masquerade, where devotion and terror are but a charade. In the sharing of secret that wars rise, and together we'll banish the chaos and lies.
Somebody tell me a secret. Somebody tell me something.
I'm not allowed back at my family home.
You do notice that telling each other's secrets haven't done anything.
Okay.
Okay.
The illusions are still there, but the things that seem to happen after the invitation from this mysterious stranger seems to be lifting. Things that were topsy-turvy, upside down, are now reverting back to its natural state. You do notice that from all of the walking, you guys are in a patient's room, and you read on the door, John Darling's room.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
I didn't think we were walking all that much, but
I didn't think we walked
apparently
much
we
at
were.
all.
We did not.
It's an empty room?
Yeah, is the room empty?
The room is not empty. And this is what you find. The patient's room, John Darling, is a scene of concentrated horror. The bed is overturned, its sheets soaked in blood. The walls are covered in more sigils and symbols, written with a frenzied hand, their meanings obscured and terrifying. On the floor in the center of the room lies the body of John Darling, their torso ripped open, organs spilled out. The head is twisted at an impossible angles and lies are lifeless, staring blankly at the ceiling. The hands are bound with barbed wire and the flesh torn and bloody. A single overhead light flickers weakly, casting the room in intermittent shadows. The air is filled with suffocating metallic smell of blood mixed with the foul odor of decomposing flesh. In the corner of one room, a small, tattered notebook lies open, its pages filled with ramblings and dark incantations. It hints at a desperate attempt to ward off whatever malevolent force had taken a hold of this asylum. We watch as the figure smiles as the handiwork opens a veil in the open, and out they walk in the back.
In the back of the room?
In the back of the asylum, the person is long gone.
Oh, okay. Cool. Diantha will approach the journal.
Nate wants to look at all the things on the wall.
Sure. So we're gonna go around the room right now. Alice, your headache is faint, but still there. I need you to roll a focus roll before you continue. And what you're rolling for is that you can continue to move about freely. Diantha, you go over to the notebooks, and in the notebooks there's a lot of sigils. There is one in particular that you notice that is the same as one from before.
Okay.
So, Alice is able to walk freely as she rolled a 5 and is able to focus and still keep control. Mason, what are you doing?
I think seeing this grotesque display in front of him, now that I think Nate is going to go check out the... No, sorry. Dr. Diantha? Were you the one that was going to go check out the notebooks?
I was checking the notebooks, and I found a sigil that
Right.
it was in the eye.
Nate's checking the wall.
I am going to check behind us.
Sure. What
Is there... We're in a room. Mm-hmm. Are we in the asylum still?
You are.
What the fuck?
Can we see the house we were in from here?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know, can I? Diantha is like looking in the journal, and she goes, Mason, is that house over there? This is the room. This second floor, whatever back.
Let me look.
How did we get to the second floor? We apparently moved.
I wish I had the answer to that, but clearly that's the least of our concerns, as she glances at the carcass on the ground.
True.
We're gonna go to Alice, who wants to touch the icky body.
Yeah. Do
Oh, who touched
He wants to touch the icky body.
So, Alice, when you touch this body, a memory floods in. You're gonna take a brain. And when you take this brain, memories flood to you, and you can see a man of thin stature. I'm thinking about exactly what you see here, so 1 second. As he moves around, you see a silhouette. You watch as this figure who moves from behind the shadows and into the asylum is walking very dance-like, very finesse-like. You watch him as he almost seems like he's dancing to his own rhythm. And what you're watching and witnessing is someone who is reliving with a smile on their face what they've done. We watch as the camera follows the movement of this person entering into the asylum. Content warning for those who are squeamish. This is going to get heavy. We watch as the camera focuses on the walls, once sterile and white, are splattered with dark, coagulated blood. Flickering lights cast erratic shadows that seem to move and twist in the light. Disfigured bodies lie strewn across the floor, their limbs twisted at an unnatural angle. Some are pinned grotesquely to the wall with jagged metal bars, their faces frozen in expression of agony and fear. The air is thick with the stench of decay, mingled with the sharp tang of blood and antiseptic. Draped haphazardly across the floor is a police tape that says "Do not cross." Barely clinging onto the surface in the chaotic aftermath. And beneath that tape you see some more sigils and arcane symbols that are scrawled in blood and ash, their meanings dark and ominous. As we watch the camera continue to move along, we will see the waiting room, the common room, in which our investigators were just in. Chairs and tables are overturned, and the room is littered with broken glass and debris. A grand, ornate mirror on the wall is shattered, its fragments reflecting distorted fragment images of the carnage. The camera passes over them, and it shows a reflection of a person in a mask and a top hat. We watch as this figure moves around the room, slow dance-like, fashion waving their arms as if they are dancing to the music of their own melody. The candles, some still flickering weakly, surround the circle, their wax pooling like the blood that stains the floor. and mangled corpses are arranged around the room in a grotesque display, their bodies mutilated beyond recognition. Some draped over furniture, while others are piled in corners, creating a gruesome altar to an unknown horror. A large wooden desk is smeared with blood, papers scattered across its surface marked with a frantic, desperate scribble. And the phone, hooked off. A silent testament to the interrupted plea for help. We continue to follow this movement of this person, and now we see this person's garments and stature. He's of medium height, his eccentric attire, a blend of New Fair's elegance and dark theatrics. He wears a tall, slightly battered top hat adorned with trinkets, and an old-school doctor's mask with a long, beak-like nose and round-tinted lenses. His deep wine-red waistcoat is frayed, overlaid by a dark green frock coat with a mismatched button and tattered tails. Beneath a yellowed high-collared shirt and dark silk cravat added a touch of faded refinement. Pinstripe trousers and scuffed black boots complete the ensemble, while fingerless gloves, a cracked pocket watch, and clinging vials around his neck. This person continues to dance along the hallways and ends up in this patient's room. And that is the last that you see in this room. You do recognize the sigils from the occultist book. These are sigils to bring on a familiar monster you've encountered before. He does not cast a shadow, no. Oliver, what is going through your mind right now?
Oliver is not one to believe in things like this, even though he's seen what he has. And at this moment, his senses are on full alert. He's watching corners of the room, checking on the back door, but he does take a glance, noticing the body and the eyes, and knowing that eyes normally look to the last spot that they need to. And he's going to look straight up at the ceiling and see if he notices anything that was being looked at by the person.
You do. And you notice there are claw marks in the ceiling. Claw marks that look oddly familiar. Mason, it looks like Alice is trying to tell you something.
Mm-hmm. So, as I finish looking for the house, which I'm not sure if I do see it or not from as I'm like going out. I do. Okay. So I'll come back. And then I'll see that Alice is touching the body, and I will reach to try and grab her away from it. But in this instance, it's not that he's afraid of doing anything. It's that he knows that it's necessary. So he stops and waits for the vision to go through. And then once she starts saying this, you just see him like freaking out as he's watching her sign. Okay, there's a crazy person dancing. Killed everyone here. He had a plague doctor's mask on, and he didn't cast a shadow.
And he did all of this and summoned that creature? Or is that creature that we saw?
I don't know. There was...
So two things to worry about now. Wonderful.
Okay. Well, Okay, so if there's another person that's coming out of here, and then we have some sort of shadow demon that's coming out of here.
Diantha's gonna examine the body as well.
You're not going to need to roll for this.
Okay.
What you do see is that the body is very disfigured. Nothing in this world can make it do that. It is positioned in a way almost statuesque-like. As Oliver has pointed out before, he looks up at the last thing that he saw that was above him. Oliver may know what this is.
I originally thought it might have used the body to sacrifice to get the creature, but I don't think that's the case. Oliver, what are you looking at?
Those marks up there.
I can hear you. You gotta speak a little closer.
So those marks up there, why would it be clawed upward? Why are there claw marks on the ceiling if we have a body on the ground?
I don't know what would make those claw marks, to be honest. Anybody have any secret ideas? Possibly?
I'm going to take a very strange, guess on this. And I'm curious to say, did it come out of the body? Could I tell?
Oh. With my assistance, could we?
And just to confirm, is it the body that doesn't have a shadow? Or was it that person that was dancing that doesn't have a shadow?
The person that was dancing does have a shadow.
Oh, okay.
This body does not.
Correct.
Okay.
What did Nate get from looking at all this stuff on the walls?
Nate, you're new to Candela. You're new to this phenomenon. What you get is an unpleasant memory of the past. The replay of last episode. This time, instead of your sister stabbing you have your brother stab you. The memories that you have in your brain are all jumbled.
Okay.
Nate is just kind of standing there, closing his eyes and taking deep, raspy breaths.
Does anybody have a light? Fire of some sort?
No, I got it back at.
What about if there's... What
Alice
about
pulls
we
out a
see
candle.
what else?
Alice
What
has
about if we
candles.
see what else
Okay.
is not casting a shadow?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, I know I'm not the smartest one in this crew and don't understand really about any of this,
Well,
but
the light's flickering, right? Just above us?
Yes.
All right, everybody, put your hands out.
Nate pauses for a second and then sticks his hand out.
Does everybody have a shadow? When it flickers?
Ooh.
Oliver, you look down. And you see your shadow. Diantha, you look down. You see two shadows.
Nope.
nope.
Mason, you see your shadow, and Alice sees their shadow.
Oh,
Nate,
great.
you don't have a shadow.
I have a shadow.
Nate looks at his hand and looks where he thinks a shadow should be, and then looks back at his hand, and then kind of tucks his hand into his chest.
What?
I'm not sure what this means. She's gonna look in the direction of where she thinks whatever that figure might be, where the shadow is being cast
I'm gonna
from.
grab Diantha and I'm gonna pull her away.
Oh.
Does the shadow stay where it's at?
No,
Okay.
it wrestles away,
It what?
walks away. Into the shadows it goes.
That's not my shadow, is it?
No.
I don't know.
Maybe you don't have one, so how do we
Why don't
catch
I
it?
have a shadow?
Everyone has it. What?
I don't even know where to begin. I've never seen this before.
Nate,
Well, we don't-
having no shadow and seeing this shadow run away is going to chase it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
chase after Nate as well. Yeah.
we need to try and hold it.
How do you restrain a shadow?
I don't know.
That's the question, isn't it?
Light?
Wouldn't it make it? It would disperse.
It would disperse.
We should. I've got maybe a bleed containment vial, something, or a beaker or anything. As she's following Nate and pulling out anything she might have that she thinks they could put a shadow in, or I don't think there's any like doctor tool that would actually grab something.
The shadow.
She grabbed some tweezers. No.
Wait. If we can lure it, Alice says that she can make a circle to trap it with circles, with the circle of candles.
Oh.
How do you attract a ship?
Light?
No.
Well, the candle did work.
It did.
We try. Alice, do you have multiple candles then?
How high is the ceiling light?
Ceiling light is about, let's say for the time period, it wasn't too tall, so I'd say about 10 feet, maybe, if that sounds right.
Do I see any sort of, I don't know, broomstick or something that I can tilt or move the light in a direction?
Sure. I'm gonna say your arm extends,
All right.
and you're able to move it.
Okay, and I'm going to point. Would we have the candle set yet?
She's saying that we might be able to tell secrets in order to bring it here.
All right.
Why would that work?
That's what the
Well,
thing said.
we had it wanted secrets, and then we had the shadow problem.
The one thing
Maybe
that
it'll come back.
Diantha, you get a moment of inspiration.
Okay.
And as you guys are talking it over in this circle, you remember the letters that Kaz wrote to you. In those letters, there was a hidden message. What was that hidden message?
Oh, it was don't trust anyone, right?
Correct.
Don't trust anything? Yeah. Don't trust anyone. Oh. Is this... Are we sure we want to bring it here?
Of course. I mean, if...
Kaz said not to trust anyone.
If we can't trust anything, then what is real?
Why are we here?
Nothing's real.
Mason, roll a focus roll for me. And you're trying to remember a conversation that you and Kaz had.
That's a 1.
You don't remember shit. The effects of the Scarlet and getting drunk has really put a toll to you tonight.
What is real?
Nothing's real. Nothing is real. Wait.
Oh my god. A glitch in the Matrix.
This is not... I have a shadow. It is not the thing that is flying around. I have a shadow. We're just not.
You have a shadow.
It.
I can see your shadow. It is there.
You cannot.
It's gone.
Nice try.
If we...
Why don't... You know what? I don't need a shadow. I don't need you. I don't need you. And he's just like talking to the shadow. I don't need you. You're nothing. You're just a...
Listen.
You're a piece of nothing.
I know that it's nothing, but also that thing fucked us up. So
We should try and contain it at least.
Nate leans over. Nate leans over to Oliver. I think you're missing what I'm throwing down.
Alice, your head continues to pound.
Oh no.
However,
my shadow is useless. There's no point in having it, and I'm just gonna turn around and walk away from it.
Remember overhearing a conversation between Kaz and your parents. It's one of the only times that Kaz has ever raised his voice around you. You remember a conversation that states Candela is corrupt. And your parents refusing to believe that. So that conversation continues to pound your head, and you're going to take a bleed. You have a ward, and your ward will take that bleed from you. However,
what the fuck is going on?
Your head is pounding. It is so bad that when you do end up telling Mason, everyone watches as Alice struggles to stay standing.
I grab her.
Are you able to tell Mason? And to do that, I'm going to ask you to do something unconventional. I want you to roll a sway, and the sway roll isn't to convince Mason. It's to see if you're able to sign to Mason correctly what you remember.
Depending on the roll,
she has failed.
Can I do a read check?
Sure. What are you reading for?
What she's trying to communicate.
Sure.
Okay. I got a 6 and a 5.
Okay.
Now, I know I'm not going to get everything.
You do get Candela. And as she starts to sign out the word corrupt, you only get the C and the O as she falls.
Candela.
And
Candela Corporation?
Before Candela Co., she ends up signing, "You can trust our circle."
If we can trust our circle, but nothing else, that means, I wasn't really keen on coming back to Candela or coming to Candela at all.
I don't even belong to this thing.
Do we need the candles to tell secrets, or... Here we go, I guess. My sister had a lot of experience with the bleed and using magic, and we took her to Candela for help because let's just say I've had a lot of experience with bleed because my family might have had a hand in creating stuff or not creating stuff. Does any of this make sense? Is this a strong enough secret? She says kind of out loud to the room to see if she's gonna trigger that creature. Still trying to be super vague.
Eons?
Yes.
Alice is asking if it's eons.
Yes.
That makes sense. Listen, I don't know what else we can find here. We've already looked at the journal. We've already watched the shadow just leave in that fucked up person. Wherever they are, if this loudspeaker is gone. I think we need to get the fuck out of here.
Oliver.
Oh.
Your shadow is present. You look over to Nate. Their shadow is not. What's going through your head?
I think the main thing that's going through Oliver's head is this just thought of realization. You know, this idea of confusion and understanding that the glass is shattered now. And there are things that he thought were just... Maybe he saw it wrong during the war, or maybe he was seeing things differently, or it was due to the explosion. But this is bringing it very real to him. Because the last time he saw a shadow, it was not anything to that size. It was massive. It was deadly. But he keeps randomly glancing up at that wall and getting those same gut-wrenching feelings that he saw back then.
Nate. You're rolling a focus for me.
Okay.
And what you're focusing on is whether or not you stay within control.
Why are you gonna do this to me?
Big numbers, big numbers.
I already wasted my double sixes.
Duh.
This is not my gilded die either. Oh shit. Oh, I don't like that one die. Here we go. Okay. I have lost a die. So the first die was a 1. Oh no.
Okay.
Double ones.
Oh God.
So, Nate, I'm not going to tell you what your character does. However, I will tell you that behind you, strings start to appear as they end up attaching to your red strings to your hands.
I'm a puppet.
And almost like a puppet, you watch your hands lift up to the air. You are not in control of your body. However, you are in control of what you think. You watch as Nate's body is now lifting off the ground.
Oliver?
I'm gonna grab him.
Help!
I'm trying.
Oliver, are you holding on?
You betcha.
Y'all are watching this happen. As this happens, the glass and the window breaks
No.
as a hand from the outside grabs through the window and tries to grab Nate and pulls him out of the window. Oliver.
Oh, I'm doing the full like tornado bracing, both feet on the wall, like as much as I can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say that all of you that are present are watching this happen in pretty quick succession. I will give you as a group one action to try to assist this. Tell me how you try to help.
I'm shooting the big ass hand right in front of us.
Okay.
Hope you don't.
Not the hand, but like here. So it's not like fucking shooting somebody else.
Diantha's gonna try and help pull Nate down with Oliver.
Okay.
Let's go, muscle doctor. Let's do this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have like any tools. I could throw a scalpel, but that worked great the last time.
I just found my other die, and it was also a 1.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
I'm not going to have you guys roll for this. Alice, you see and watch this all happen. Mason almost instinctually will pull out his pistol and shoot at this wrist. The doctor tries to grab onto Oliver's foot as he's also being raised in the air.
Let go, let go, let go.
Alice sees this and instinctually grabs on to the string. The puppet is dropped, and you watch your friends being dropped to the floor. However, Alice, you're wrapped now in the string and are being pulled outside and are taken away from your group.
Kidding me?
I can't do like a 1-2 to jump from one person to another.
Nope.
What's this military training for then?
And that's where we're going to take a break. We are back, ladies and gents. Yes, we are back from our break. How's everybody doing out there? Is everybody doing all right? Is everybody okay? Are we all traumatized yet? Because if you're not, then you're not watching the right stream. So, tonight we are, again, no, we aren't. We are stressed. Good. Remember, chat, this is just a friendly reminder. If you'd like to help or hinder any of your players, you're more than welcome to by donating to the Wounded Warrior Project and Operation Tabletop, as we are raising money for our wounded warriors for PTSD Awareness Month. So we're gonna jump right back in to this amazing traumatic experience that we just experienced. So, a recap. We found out that Nate does not have a shadow. We also found out that there's a monster that was waiting outside the window for the perfect opportunity to strike. We see a disfigured person or being in the room, and we have excuse me, and we have now a missing person. Alice has been taken away by this monster in a string of theories. And now the camera sets back into the room as we watch it fly by. What's the room number again, Dr. Diantha?
It's on the second floor.
11 before.
Diantha would know this. I would have to look at my
What,
notes.
you can't remember a number that you learned 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago?
No, I
How dare
cannot. My goldfish brain said no thanks.
Said no thanks.
Give me a second. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize for something that you should know.
Yeah, damn.
Seriously.
Second
be
floor,
sorry,
four
just
floors,
don't do
9
it again.
windows. I don't have the room number written down.
I have the details. I do not.
I have 6 windows down towards the back of the asylum, second floor. 4. So, like from where we were standing outside, would have been 4 floors and 9 windows in total, like outside.
Patient number 1921, John Darling. Deceased. There is something that you guys do recall, but we'll get to that in a minute. We are going to step back into the camera where we watch as Alice is screaming away at the top of her lungs, being dragged away by this monstrous thing.
I
am
all the way to the
fucking
window.
running.
Okay.
I don't care what the fuck this looks like. If it's already out the way, I'm jumping out the window trying to catch onto it.
Out of the second floor window.
Oh, I will jump out the window to try and catch this hand.
I'm gonna try to make sure that Mason doesn't fall to his death.
That's a great idea. So, we're not going to roll for this. You're going to describe to me how you catch Mason before he falls to his death.
All right.
I can fly. All right.
Listen, he did release, like that's how it's going, right? If you release like a traumatic thing, you get to fly.
You had to do that as Janelle was taking a sip of tea.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
So as I watch Mason just do the full out the window, no thought process, Oliver is going to immediately head out, and he's just going to try to grab a hold of either back collar or suit coat, something, just to make sure that if for some reason he starts going down, I can catch him. I'm going to take both feet and make sure that they're braced against the side of that wall to make sure that I don't go over
Perfect.
at the same time.
As you guys grab onto Mason's coat, you pull him back into the window. As you realize and look outside the window, there are cemetery blocks right outside this window that he would have fallen into his death.
So as I get pulled back, I didn't jump out then yet, did I?
No.
Or did I?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where did
the hand go?
Where did the hand go?
I would say that you were in the process and your body was halfway out before he grabbed you and pulled you back in.
Okay. So main question, where the fuck is the hand?
The hand is already gone towards the roof.
So then Alice is gone.
Alice is gone.
Towards the roof,
Okay.
though.
Second thing,
Okay.
as I'm trying to get out of this window and I get pulled back, I'm going to turn to Oliver and I'm taking my gun out. Pull me again when I'm trying to get her. And I don't care if my vision is either you or something else. I am going to
I'm gonna
fight.
punch him
Yeah,
straight
that's
up.
Fine. That's fine. Yeah, totally deserved. Totally deserved
right.
it. 100%.
All
Are
right,
you kidding
cool.
me? You think that this is a good idea to just dive out the window and to your death?
You
I
think
get
it's
it.
good to just stop?
We don't have a choice right now. We don't. We can't lose another one. We'll find her. You said you saw
care
where
if I'm
she
lost.
went, right?
Not anymore. I don't know where it went.
Up, down, left, right, what?
I don't know.
Well,
Up is good. Up
good.
means that there's somewhere. We have to stay calm.
You know,
There's no way we can do this if we lose anybody else. Trust me.
Start walking.
I don't want to lose her any more than you do. This, from anything I can tell, she's probably the most aware of everything that's going on in this fucking place. But
Not always. Which is why I'm afraid that I might lose her forever.
I get it. I really do. We'll
Look,
find her.
we can talk about this later. We need to find out where the fuck this thing went.
We can talk
right.
about it as we're going.
As we're
for
moving.
context, Mason.
Great.
Do you know what happens if
Yes, I know what happens.
her friend or
Yes.
would you like to share with the class? I have theories, but
Here's on what?
doesn't feel appropriate to ever.
That is not my secret to tell.
Okay.
I'm looking around right now. Now it went out the window, right? So like it came in the window, came back
And then,
out,
like,
and
went
went up. Okay. And then you're saying that there is a cemetery, like
Below it.
does it look
Below
like
it.
we're on the first floor right now?
No.
Okay. So there's just like a thing, and we're on the fourth floor, right?
What room are we in?
Okay.
Oh, we're on the fourth floor?
Second or fourth?
Thought we were on the second.
Second floor. Second floor.
There's
Second floor.
4 in total.
There's
Second
4
floor.
in total.
Okay. That would have been
Nate
fine.
is going
just
to
walking.
get up.
I'm fine
Nate,
breaking your damn leg.
I'd like to
Oh, for sure.
focus on your face right now. You just witnessed your own body that you did not have full control over rise up into the air and almost get dragged out the window. What are you feeling right now?
Nate is laying on the ground where he fell as everybody's just standing above him and arguing. And he's slowly drifting back to those times when his parents would argue over what was going to happen to Nate. And as he's listening to the arguing, is just staring at his feet, trying to bring himself back, and is not succeeding. And his eyes glance around the room, notices the walls, notices the window where the glass is broken. And this isn't his house, but this isn't his parents' house either. And his mind starts drifting to where his brother might be, not knowing exactly what's going on, and is just trying to figure out how he can get his brother so that he can stop his parents from arguing, because that's what's happening over him.
I would like to go and help Nate up.
Sure.
Okay.
He flinches away from you.
Are you still holding the pistol?
No, I put that away.
Okay.
Immediately when I got punched in the fucking face, it was like, all right, no, you're right. That was a little dramatic. Okay, cool. So like it went right back in.
Sure.
But put that away, and then I'm just reaching out for Nate. Very serious face.
Are you all right?
When all the arguing stops, his eyes, he looks up, and they're just a little bit glassy and a little bit distant. But he nods and, not taking the hand, stands up and then looks around.
I'm gonna help him up anyways.
He pulls away from you.
Okay. Then I will give space. I will give space. I'll make a movement to like try and help, and if I see like any resistance, I'll back off.
Yeah, the instant you go towards him, he flinches away.
Okay.
Baby.
Nate. Nate. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay. Do you just need to move on?
He looks around the room again and notices that the veil.
So Oliver has purposely avoided that sighting because it connects to the ward so much. Because that's what tore through the pieces of fabric when those creatures were coming out.
He
notices, he just kind of bounces back and forth from it.
He notices the veil, and then he looks to Pi, not Diantha. Yeah, Diantha.
No, it's Diantha. Yeah. That's her real name.
Yeah, that's her real name. He looks over to Diantha, and shifts away from Oliver and Mason, and quietly says to her, "What's that?" And points at the veil.
While they're having this interaction, Diantha has been like putting all of her stuff that she pulled out essentially to try and gather the shadow, and does pull out her bleed detector at that moment. So when Nate focuses on the veil, she will extend her bleed detector to it, looking for confirmation or other answers. It's not good, probably what this thing came out of or brought more things out of.
This is what Candela does, right? They close these, right?
Supposed to.
We close this? We close this.
Yes.
How do you close these?
Each of them are different.
I know how I close holes in shirts and things, but I don't know how to close this. Can we stitch it together?
I've heard the craziest of stories to do what we're trying to do. Each of them are different. You might be able to. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Does it look like the hand might have gone in this little veil?
I was trying to understand when you said this. The veil, no.
Okay, it does not. Okay, never mind. All right, so then I won't. I was going to poke my head through, but I'm not going to do that.
You could if you want to.
No, I'm good.
I don't need to see what's on the other side right now.
Diantha is going to go closer to the veil with her bleed detector out, just kind of examining the area to see where, like, the strongest point of this veil is, and checking to see if there are sigils that are close to that area. So, like, she's trying to assess where it's like potential weak point might be.
You had something to say, Mason?
Yeah, Mason, you got something to say?
Bleed containment vial. All right.
Good.
What I'm imagining for this bleed containment vial is a small little astrolabe. So like a glass piece with like a small astrolabe underneath it. And I'm going to try and use the astrolabe connection to thinnings to help in any way. So I'm going to bring it closer to the thinning to hopefully whatever the idea that we end up getting, that is what I'm going to be adding to the group.
Sure. Nate, do you have the cogwheel?
Ooh.
The one that was picked up at the place, the bar?
The Quiet Roast?
Yeah.
Yes. Where is it right now?
Probably right next to my music box in my pocket.
Do you hear some music?
Yes. If we're talking about the audio that's currently playing.
Yes. Actually, yes, and yes. You do hear the sounds of your music box get stronger as you get closer to the thing you pointed at before.
Nate is going to reach into his pocket and look at his music box. It's playing music. Oh, don't you say that. And he's going to pull out the cogwheel and he's going to look at the music box and he's going to take both and he's going to get closer to the veil.
What you notice is the color of this cogwheel. It gets brighter, but darker. It's an obsidian color. And as you get closer, the veil seems to react to it. There seems to be another sound playing in this room, similar to the one that's held in your hand.
Sorry.
Mason, I'm gonna say where you're standing currently, you can hear harmony behind you. And you can hear that the music box is harmonizing with another piece behind you.
Nate? What is Nate doing right now?
He's walking towards the veil, holding the cogwheel and the music box in hand.
Incredible. Yeah, that's what I figured. Nate? Nate?
Is he aware of what he's doing?
I'm aware.
I'm trying to get his attention, so
Nate?
okay. Nate,
Yes.
you're not walking in there, right?
No. That would be dumb.
Oh, I'm so hoping that I can do a read roll on that because, oh my god. You know what? No, I'm just going to play it off. I don't believe you. Give me the music box, please.
Or at least step away from the veil.
You are not taking my family's music box.
I'm not taking it. I'm only holding on to it. I don't want you to do something that you regret.
He grips the music box tighter. And seeing the
Go ahead.
seeing the cogwheel has turned a different color. Does it feel any different, DM? Lightkeeper? Has it gotten, like, cold? Sinister?
Your music box
Or the cog?
No, cogwheel. Nate doesn't really understand why the music box is playing, but he's ecstatic that it's
your
playing.
cogwheel is warmer.
Ooh.
He's going to look back at everybody as he's standing like
You're
right
taking
next
a
to the veil.
bleed, by the way. You're standing right next to this thing.
Yeah.
The longer
Yeah.
you stand there, the more bleed you'll take.
Okay, so I've just taken one. So give me a second. Let me just mark that in there because I already took the scar.
Diantha has been trying to break any sigils that are still around this area. So she's like scuffing them with her foot. She's taking out like any little tiny scalpels or any kind of tools she has to try and break any kind of connection that might still be around them as this is going on.
So Nate is standing right next to the veil, holding the cogwheel and the music box. Notices Mason, and now is really threatened by him in his own way. Before it was fine, but now he's threatened by him. And he's going to, knowing that this needs to be closed and feeling the cogwheel is getting warmer and feeling all this energy just flowing into him, is going to take the cogwheel and hold it right up to the veil and touch it to it.
Ah, jeez.
You take another bleed.
All right.
Nate, if you're gonna,
I'm
And
gonna
he's
say
going
you
to
take
try-
two bleed. Your direct contact with what is magic. That is
Okay.
two bleed.
And that's fine. I'm still there.
throw it in there and be done with it, Nate.
Just don't go in yourself,
Oliver,
because there's no coming back.
you don't see Nate anymore. Nate, you don't see Oliver anymore. Oliver,
But I
you
see everybody else.
everyone else. Nate is the closest to the phenomenon.
Okay.
It's changing.
His physical appearance is still the same to everyone else. However, Oliver, you're the closest to Nate. Who's the soldier you lost in the war?
You want last name or you want first name?
First name is fine.
Lucas. He was a young soldier, barely had ever been, might have been a year and a half in before the war started. He was clumsy and he always needed an extra set of hands. But he reminded me of my little brother, so I watched over him. That wasn't the best, but something I just needed to make sure I paid attention to.
Nate, you look back. Who do you see?
Not my sister. Probably Harry.
Harry, your brother.
Yeah.
What's he telling you?
He's telling me to run. He's telling me I'm too young to take the fall, and that I need to run.
Do you listen?
I did back then.
Will you listen now? After what happened with your family? After you being scolded?
Yeah.
describe to me what you do with this veil.
Hearing his brother telling him to run, he turns, throws the evidence away, and runs. Whether that evidence actually lands in the veil is a different story.
When you throw the cogwheel, it doesn't go in the veil. It misses. It lands on the ground in front of Oliver. Oliver, you see this, and then you see your soldier. What do you do?
Do I see a cogwheel hit the ground, or do I see something else?
No, you see the cogwheel. It's a cogwheel.
Do all of us externally just see the cogwheel?
Yes,
Okay.
it's not changing shape.
Okay.
However, Oliver and Nate are the closest to the phenomenon, so weird
There's-
stuff is
okay.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear this or not, Diantha is going to, she's going to go, don't trust anything. Anyone, anything, whatever is going on. The bleed is deceptive. Kaz is the one thing I'm sure of. Is Kaz.
Do we hear that?
choose-
Like, do we
if-
actually
yeah.
hear that?
Yeah. You
Okay.
guys can hear everything. What
Yeah.
you see is different.
And she's like still
Is-
scuttling around trying to break sigils.
Is Nate running into the veil,
That's my next question.
or
Okay.
is he running away?
Away. I need to know that before I do anything.
I turned and ran. I don't think he's really thinking. I'll leave that up to the DM.
The baby.
he didn't- He didn't think when he ran from the police either. He just ran.
We'll get back to that. Mason, you still hear the harmonizing sound of the music box, but it's behind you.
Behind me, I'm facing
You're facing the veil.
Nate,
You're
and it's
facing-
still behind me.
It is still behind you.
I'm not looking. Fuck that shit. What I'm doing, I think what I'm gonna do is at the very moment I see him try and move, if it is towards the veil,
Oh, I'm slide tack. Like, I'm full blown.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
barrel
So
tackling
to
somebody.
play a little bit of theater of the mind right now, because I think we need a little bit of orientation to what's going on. Nate and Oliver are the closest to the veil. Mason, you're closest to Oliver. Doctor is all over the room. So, frantically trying to scrub off anything off the walls. So, I would say between you and Oliver, Mason, is about 5 feet. You're not too close, but you're not too far. Because you just got decked. And I would say you took a couple steps.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Nate, however, has been walking slowly towards that veil. He's about 2 feet away. So, if we do our math, we're looking at about 10 feet from Mason to Nate. About 3 feet from Oliver. So, what is everyone's decision? I know what Nate's is.
if Nate/Lucas go anywhere near that veil, I'm going to tackle them to the ground.
Okay.
I feel like Mason is just frozen.
Okay.
Just
Walt Disney.
hoping
That was funny.
to the gods that Nate will not run into that. I think
gonna
he
cut-
just slowly starts to get a little closer, though, just to try and grab him. But yeah, that's it.
We're going to cut the camera. And we're going to where Alice is currently being held. Alice, you are currently in the presence of a man. He is short in stature. He is scrawny looking and has a lab coat on. You can read on his lab coat his name, Peter. You are currently being held by the monster he created. However, Peter doesn't need for your verbal communication, as his monster reads your thoughts. So, something to remind you of is you've been dealing with a nasty headache. And at this moment in time, I need you to roll a focus.
Let the chaos demon come out. Let the chaos demon come out.
So, Alice rolls a 6 on the gilded die, and again prevents anything to happen. However, you do hear a yet very deep and disturbing familiar voice.
I said we were going to meet again. We need to talk. Annie has met
Annie has met this monster before. Alice has met this monster before. They were in the townhome.
When you turned around.
Yes. So, you hear this voice in your head, and it's not talking to Alice, it's talking to Annie. And it says, I have a fine proposition for you. I think you and I have something in common. Let's take a seat. And as he says that, the camera pans out as a long, drawn-out table set for dinner of 2 is there. And Alice takes a seat, and Peter takes a seat, and the camera shifts once again back to the asylum. Now, Nate is close to the veil. Oliver sees Lucas and Mason is stunned. Diantha, you hear whispers in your ear as you scrub off these sigils. A familiar voice. One of your kindred starts whispering in your ears. What are you doing?
We can't have it happen again or anything remotely like it. So we have to stop whatever's going on. We can't go head first again.
Why aren't you going to let it go?
We'll be safer that way.
For who? You?
She can tell this voice is Eleonora, right?
Right, 100%.
Okay. You're safe.
Am I?
You were supposed to be. Are you not? Where? How are you? And in this moment, she gets closer to the veil. So she'll take a couple steps closer to the veil.
Take a brain.
I feel like you're
Okay.
probably behind me too, so I don't see this just yet.
No.
Is behind
this-
or like to the side? Like
She is behind currently,
Okay.
Oliver. Or, sorry,
Is this how-
Mason.
Are you in there? Is this how you're speaking to me?
No. When was the last
Nope,
time you...
She stops moving towards the veil.
When was the last time you came to visit, though?
It's been a couple of months. Only 2?
You know you're bad with time. You always say you're busy with work.
It hasn't been longer than that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you speaking out loud?
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
what- that was my
She's
question.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
Mason,
She.
You
There was
hear
no.
everything.
Yeah.
So you turn around.
I am going to, well, I mean, I think it really depends on what Nate does.
This is
Because I'm in the middle of 2 fires currently, and I need to put
one of them out.
Well, right now, Diantha's having a conversation with an unknown person to you, Mason. You have a decision right now. Do you turn to look and see what's going on with Diantha?
Some move thing.
Or do you pay attention to Nate?
Oliver's got Nate. I'll turn to Diantha.
Okay. Diantha, the music box sound grows louder as you are closer to the item. What is it that you decide to do?
Ooh. She's again saying this out loud, but she got hesitant for a second and will step another couple of steps cautiously forward towards the veil as the music stops, and she's going to like kind of look into where she assumes the veil is Eleonora. Are you still there?
No response.
No response. Didn't come through.
She'll take one step back again. Something is connecting. I don't know how. I don't know how, but she's going to look at Mason and she's going to go, what do you know about the four pharaohs?
As you say that, Nate, your fate was decided by yourself. The DM did not choose this. He's respecting the wishes of the player. And we watch the camera focus in on Nate's face as he looks towards Mason one last time. And then turns to Oliver.
Harry.
In this instance, it is Harry. What do you say?
I'll make it right. This time I'll make it right.
We watch the camera quickly watch Nate turn his back and run towards the veil.
Oh, no, 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 no!
I'm going to jump straight at him.
I'm going to make you roll for this.
I'm perfectly okay with this because that's what I was going to ask to do.
I need you to roll a move roll.
I'm going to, because I'm curious on this, I'm going to burn both of my drives and see what we get. I got a 6 on my drive.
Perfect. So, Oliver and Nate, describe to me how you run into the veil.
Almost.
Nate. You go.
Okay.
No.
You would see a version, Oliver would immediately take off, heading towards Nate. The way that the floor would be set would be slippery, and he's going to pick up Nate, and without being able to pull back, he's just going to keep going. His momentum's going to go forward. And the only thing you're going to hear come from Oliver's mouth is, "We do this together."
As you guys enter into the veil, it closes right behind you.
Mason falls onto his knees, just... No.
It wasn't... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. It wasn't even her. Oh, God. Maybe I can recreate some of
They're gone.
We'll get them.
No. There's no coming back from that.
Somebody here clearly tried. Or something came back. That's promising.
And look at where it got us. I just stand up. I'm going to use my bleed containment vial to pick up the cog, place it inside of it. And without another word, I am just walking out of the room.
Okay. Diantha, what do you do? I know it's very hard to speak right now.
Diantha's gonna realize she made a very big miscalculation. Again, she's gonna call for her sister one last time. Eleonora, if you're here, help in some way.
She's not there!
This time, Mason, you hear this as well.
Ooh. Okay. Cool.
Shut up, Mason. Sorry.
Yeah, right? I know.
You hear the voice of Eleonora.
Right. Sorry.
Ate my fucking
does
words real
exist.
quick.
You hear the words of Eleonora come clear as a bell as you pick up this cogwheel. You missed.
So I hear her voice. Does Diantha?
Yes.
Okay.
You missed one.
Ooh. Oh no. It wasn't fully my fault. You heard that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
We're all crazy here.
Diantha. You notice as you pace around the room, the voice of Eleonora gets stronger as you move towards the direction of a cabinet that's in the room.
Oh, not even the veil.
You open the cabinet and you notice there's another cogwheel there.
Oh, she's gonna snatch it.
In the bleed container.
Sure.
After you get a bleed mark.
Okay.
So, the camera shifts to the center of the room where the veil was open. And it was shut recently. It moves slowly towards the sigil that's placed on the ground. And we watch as the camera focuses in on an object. A pin. That is clearly marked as a Candela pin. Dropped by Oliver.
Oh.
We watch as Mason and Diantha exit the asylum, seeing all of the gruesome marks. And outside you hear a woman screaming.
Immediately running.
As you run towards the direction of the scream, you notice there's someone who's being held out from on top of the roof.
Oh, no.
You notice and recognize this person as they are dangling from the ceiling. Content warning, this will be graphic. You watch the body of Naomi fall from the top of the roof, crashing down to the floor.
Are we able to see what dropped her?
Absolutely.
How high as well?
This is on top of the government building where it's voting day.
I think I'd call out, Doctor.
I'm coming. As they're both headed that direction.
And then I'm looking at whoever that is on the top.
Yeah.
You recognize this person as you know he's a public figure. Someone with eccentric attitude, composure. If Alice was here, they would recognize this person almost immediately. The dance that he does off the top of the roof would seem familiar. But to Mason and to the doctor, this is the first time you see them.
Would I recognize them based off of the description that was given to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll be able to make that connection. Now we have a visual, literally. How far is the government building from where we're at? Have we reached? It's too far.
It's too far.
Okay.
This was made to be a spectacle. To be shown that no one is safe. This is a message to all those out there in the shadows.
Okay. Okay.
We can't help her either. Maybe Alice, maybe we can get to the roof. She has the cogwheel in her hand still.
Sure.
She hasn't said anything about having it.
This is, by the way, the wee hours of the morning. The sun is coming up.
Oh, boo. That means we're going to be fatigued soon, aren't we? Like, maybe we can...
I'm looking up in the sky.
Sure.
Is there anything that I can see? Any sort of like signs of some sort of bullshit that might have happened?
What you do see and notice is that this person does not care about hiding. It is completely different from what you've been experiencing.
Clarify.
Sure.
I mean the asylum.
Is there anything different from the asylum? No.
Outside.
No, besides that there's no fog.
He's not. It's not here. I wonder if... Diantha's gonna look at the roof and like just yell for Alice's Alice.
Sure. There is no response.
I don't know where else she could be. Clearly, we're not getting anywhere else. I have this, and she's going to lift the cog to Mason.
Sure.
One job.
Can I fit it into the bleed containment vial that I'm holding as well?
Sure.
Okay.
When you do
Put it in
so,
here.
you notice that the two pieces fit together perfectly.
All right.
Put it in here. Close it. We can't stay here. There's only one place that we can go. We need to go to the Varnish, to the Aether Arcadia Arts. And we need to get some help.
But if they're Candela, are you sure?
There is no one more capable than the owners of that shop. More capable than me. More capable than any of us.
All right.
Okay.
Lead the way, I suppose.
Mason,
Just
from the corner of your eye, you watch as someone starts to hobble towards you. Diantha, you see this as well. The camera cuts to Alice sitting at a very well lit occasion, having the time of her life, maybe? Eating food, drinking some wine, having a conversation with Peter. So is it a deal? Watch as the camera goes down and you see Alice's face look towards the camera, swirls the wine. It sips it before they answer. There's some cake, fruit, and other things in front of them. And you watch as Alice smiles at the camera and bites into an apple. And the camera shifts once again towards Mason and Diantha. Now, this person you recognize, someone you haven't seen all night. They hobble towards you, one step at a time. Mason, you know who this is. Diantha, you as well. What is your reaction as you look up at Kaz?
Diantha will dash at Kaz, so he doesn't have to approach anymore. Where have you been? Everything's gone to shit.
He doesn't respond. He looks towards Mason. Mason, what's your response to Kaz?
Something took her. I need to go back to the 8th Arcadia Arts.
There's nothing there.
What do you mean there's nothing there?
The place has been ransacked. Somebody tipped us off, Mason. Oscar has the little girl.
What do you know about a person with a plague doctor's mask? And what do you know about a hand reaching for somebody like a marionette?
I think it's time for us to walk and talk. The camera will
It's time
shift.
for us to do something.
Absolutely. The camera shifts once again. This time, we see a white light. Oliver and Nate, you are standing inside a world that doesn't make any sense. Everything around you is floating as if time does not exist. In front of you, you see two humanoid figures. And that is where we end it for tonight.